What's up everyone, Willy Apple here, and today Apple has finally released the long-anticipated iOS 17, and in this video I'll be showing you all the features that you will be caring about the most. If you'd like to see every single little change, I recommend watching Brandon Butch's video up there. But here are all the features that you care about most. So the first one is inside the clock app. If we were to go down into timers, you'll see we're able to see this plus button up here. And in this plus button, you are able to set a timer. Pretty obvious, right? But look at this, you can now have two timers. In fact, you could have an infinite amount of timers, which is a long anticipated requested feature by me and many other people. Along with that, we have a brand new tone for timers and alarms, which sounds like this. So you no longer need to be hearing the dreaded iPhone alarm sound whenever you wake up now, which is a good change. And I just have all these timers here that I need to close out of. 1 second. Alright, the next feature you will be caring about the most is the lock screen. So if you were to tap and hold on the lock screen and then customize it, and go to your font, you now see that you have a slider here. You're able to adjust the thickness and thinness of whatever font you want. So this was an option before, and this is an option, and this option wasn't here before. You can make it as thick as you want. The only font you can't do is this one though. So it's just always stuck like this. I guess it's because this font doesn't support it. And yeah, every single font can be adjusted to your ideal, which is a pretty cool feature of iOS 17. Now the next feature is interactive widgets. Yes, you heard that right. You finally have interactive widgets. So I made this widget right here where you can just press the button and it will count. It's a little buggy because iOS 17 is a little bit new right now, because that's totally what you should be doing right now. And you see you can now tap on the widget and you're able to count directly on your home screen, which is a pretty cool feature here. So if you want to get your hands on the widget, I'll leave my app down in the description down below, because this is my app that I've created myself. Name Drop is a brand new feature that you can use with your friends to instantly share photos just by holding your phone near somebody else's phone. Now their phone needs iOS 17, but it is also a good way to get girls' numbers just by holding your phone by their phone. You just don't need to do contact swaps anymore, just as long as you're switching with an iPhone user. The next feature you're going to care about the most is contact posters. So if you were to go into your phone app, you're going to see this new thing that says My Card. So if you were to tap on My Card, you're going to see this edit button up here. And basically, you're able to change whatever the other person sees, which is a pretty cool feature. So if I were to tap this edit button here, you're going to see it's basically like the lock screens, except you can customize it however you want. So if I were to press this, you have a couple of posters you can choose from. You could choose from a monogram. You can customize what it says here, except here you can only have 2 letters for some reason. You can adjust the font once again to whatever you want, and even the color. And for these you could also add photos, take a picture, or just set your emoji if you want to, which is a pretty cool feature of iOS 17. But for now I'm just gonna leave it at this one. I might change it, but yeah, basically like the lock screen, but for these. In fact, you can set it for anyone, and you can even share your contact posters, and it just looks really nice when you get a new call now. And speaking of calls, there's something called live voicemail. So if you take a call and you just don't want to answer voicemail, there's going to be a brand new voicemail button you can press. It will send the person straight to voicemail. So basically what it will do is you're going to see text, and it's going to be exactly what they're saying. It's pretty revolutionary. I've never seen this done before. Pretty cool feature. So it'll just tell you what the other person is saying on the other side. If you want to pick up, you're actually able to press the accept button, and you're able to call them, and you're able to treat it like you just did not send them to voicemail, without needing to hang up, which is a pretty cool feature and a nice improvement to iOS 17. Now the next thing is called stickers. So we've always had stickers and messages, but you're going to see this has been redesigned. So if I were to press this plus button, you're going to see stickers right here. So if I were to press stickers, you're able to, first of all able to add whatever stickers you like inside the Photos app. So let me show you an example. So let's just say I wanted this picture to be my sticker. So I just need to tap and hold, and you're going to see this button that says Add Sticker. So when you tap add sticker, it will add it straight into your stickers, and you're able to rearrange it, and then you're able to do whatever you want with it. And it's just really cool. You can add an effect to it. Pretty cool stuff here that you could do with stickers, and you're able to set them inside the Photos app. It's a third-party API for developers, and Snap has actually introduced that they're going to use stickers for snaps and stuff like that, which is a pretty cool feature. But that's not all, because if you were to tap this button right here, you're actually able to send whatever emoji you want here. Now, I know there's no search here. Apple could totally add that in the future, but if you want to, you can just tap and hold a sticker, and it gets treated like a sticker. Pretty cool. You have a carrot thing now, except it won't do anything since this is a blank message. Oh, and also stickers that you add from the Photos app will sync across your iPad and Mac with macOS Sonoma coming later this year. If you're an Apple Music user, you got quite a bit of new updates inside of the Music app. So if I were to open it up and then go to a song, you're going to see that this song right here is full screen. It's because Ed Sheeran has added a full screen background, and even if you were to play these, so let me just play this real fast. So it did not work with that Ed Sheeran song, but works here. You're going to see that it now plays some videos here, so the artist can add whatever video they want here, which is a pretty cool feature of the Music app. And that's not all. There's something inside of the Settings app. If you scroll down all the way to Music and then scroll a little bit more down, you're going to see that something that says Crossfade right here. So you can toggle this off or toggle it back on, and you could set it to however long you want. And it's just a really nice feature that Spotify has and the Mac Music app has had for years, and it's finally coming to the iPhone. Now the next change is inside the Settings app. If you were to go to the Sound and Haptics section and then go to your ringtone, you have a bunch of brand new ringtones, but keep in mind Apple has changed the reflection ringtone, which sounds like this now. So they added some sort of beat to the beginning of the song, which I don't really like at all, but there are a bunch of other brand new ringtones. If you want the classic opening ringtone, the classic iPhone ringtone, it's called opening. You just need to go into the classic section. It's just been bunched with all the other older ringtones in here. But my favorite new ringtone is chirp right here. So with that, we got a couple brand new text tones. So note is still the default one, but we got a couple brand new ones like milestone and droplet, handoff. We just got a bunch of brand new ringtones and text tones, which is a really nice feature of iOS 17. Now, from this point on, I'm going to be showing you a couple brand new features that are pretty interesting, but not many people will use or be interested in. So let me get a charger real fast because this one requires a charger. Alright, there it is. This is a new feature called standby mode. So if you're using a wireless charger, it works the best if you just prop it up like this on a wireless charger. I made a widget for this called Sleepy Time, and you could and these are just two smart stacks right here by default. But if you were to swipe right, you do have photos, you do have a time that you can also customize here, which is a pretty cool feature. I'm not going to customize this, but just trust that you can customize this. It is a very cool. You have quite a bit of options to choose from, and they all look pretty nice. Some of these come from the Apple Watch, but they're all just pretty nice, especially that you could choose two widgets from here. So I made a widget right here called Sleepy Time. This is inside of Willy Widgets, which will also be linked down in the description below. But you can download this, and basically what this feature is for is you can take a look at your phone, get glanceable information. So let's say you wake up in the middle of the night. All you gotta do is look at your phone, and you'll see how much time you have left to sleep. And then you could also add another widget here. So I made my own calendar widget, but you could also just use this calendar widget. It's up to you. It's just a nice feature that I added. You could add the weather. You just add any widget that supports it. So in order for it to support it, the developer just needs to build with Xcode 15, which has also been released today. So yeah, once a developer builds with Xcode 15, they'll be able to add their widgets to standby mode, which is a pretty cool feature. And just so that you know, you can customize your settings in here, so you can make it so that that will only show when you tap on the screen, which I do not recommend. You could keep it always on for always on displays. And you can even turn off night mode, since when it's dark in your room, it will turn red just so blue light does not get emitted. Now the next change is inside the Home app. So if I were to open up the Home app right here, we have a couple of brand new features. The first one is grid forecast. So it's just going to show you when clean energy is going to come to your house. Now, I don't have any for some reason, but it will show you when clean energy is going to come. You could also get notified whenever clean energy comes. I don't care, since I'll just be using electronics regardless. And then inside of here, they've actually redesigned how lights work. So you can just turn on the lights, turn them off. You could change the colors here. It's just a lot more intelligent now, and it's just a lot more better. It just looks a lot nicer now. It's the same thing with the control center. Now the control center got a couple of brand new changes. The first one is a brand new now playing section, and a couple of new glyph icons. You could also add this new action, which will ping your watch. It's not working for some reason, probably because it needs to be unlocked, but it's a nice new feature. Now the next feature is for tvOS 17 users. So if you open up the remote app and make sure your TV is up to date, you can now find your remote. So this worked a lot better than the AirPods finding. If I were to bring my remote closer, it's actually getting bigger. And then when I bring it farther away, it gets smaller, which is a lot nicer. This is not like the AirPods Pro precision finding for the first generation, but if I were to put it next to it, it will just say here, and the animations are just a lot more fluid, and it just is a lot nicer, to be honest. Along with that, we have a couple of brand new glyph icons down here and up here. It just makes this a lot more modernized. Now the next change has to do with FaceTime. So let's say your friend does not pick up your FaceTime call. Similar to voicemails, you can now send a video message straight to your friend, and it's just a pretty cool feature, kind of like just voicemails, but for FaceTime. Pretty nice. The Reminders app has a brand new thing called Shopping List. So I have a test shopping list right here, and basically if I were to add stuff to it, so let's just say chicken, and then press enter, it will intelligently move it to the meat section right here, which is a pretty cool feature of the Reminders app now, so you don't need to it just organizes it a lot better, and I could also put pencils if I wanted to. And there it is, it says pencils, and it puts it in a new household item section. So if I were to create a new list right here, it's called ball, don't mind that. You could actually set a new reminder. You can actually add a new column. You could actually add a new section right here. So let's just call this whatever, and then you could add another one. You can add another section right here. We'll do that, grubs. And then you can just do whatever here, and then do whatever here, do whatever here, do whatever here. And then you can just indent them, which is a pretty cool new feature inside the Reminders app that you totally should try out if you use Reminders quite a bit. This organizes it. This is basically the grocery list, but it does not organize it for you. You have to do your manual organizing, so if I want DJ whatever this is inside of here, you just indent it again, and it's just a pretty cool feature inside the Reminders app if you use Reminders just like I do, which this does look a lot nicer now. Safari gets a brand new profiles feature. So if I were to press this button right here, you see your tab groups, but you also see this new section here that says profiles. So if I were to tap here, you probably don't have these quite yet, but you can set a profile up inside of settings, and then inside of Safari, and then scroll down to profiles right here. So you can just create a new profile, set whatever icon you want. It's just very customizable, set whatever color you want. You can even assign it to a favorites folder, or you can just open new tabs, and you can make it open new tabs on whatever you want here. I'm not sure what goes in there though, but that is a pretty cool feature of Safari 17, and it is really nice. I have one for school, as you can see right here. Development, which I don't use the YouTube one, I just use personal and school as of right now, but that could change in the future. You could also set specific tab groups. So if I were to go to the school section, tap here again, you see I have a Ring of Fire project that I've been working on, which I don't need anymore, so yeah. Alright, so you remember last year we got some brand new UI inside the music app right here? Well, that has not came into podcasts until now. So if I were to go into here, you see we now have the playing screen. Oh, and it's just really nice that we finally got that inside the podcast app. The health app, we have a brand new section called mental well-being right here. So here it is right here. You could add your logs and emotions and mood. You can begin, press next, and then you can slide it. Apple has been working on this quite a bit. It's a pretty cool new feature right here that you can use to log your emotions, if you do choose to do so. Inside the Maps app, you can now set offline maps. So you could have a new map right here, and you could just download a new map, and then you could just make it however large you want. It's just really nice. You could squish it quite a bit, and then you could zoom out even more, and you could just download this specific area. They actually don't take that much space, so basically the biggest size here is 1.19 gigabyte. Here it's probably a little bit less since this area is not that popular. And then if we scroll all the way up here, this will probably be even smaller, but yeah, that's right. And then if you were to go to a city right here, you'll see it's quite a bit larger. Maybe if I do go a little bit down, there it is right there. It's a little bit larger, but you could download maps now. And there's a pretty cool new feature inside the Maps app, just in case you have no cell service, and oh boy, this came in useful inside of the iOS 17 beta when I traveled up to the mountains where there's barely any cell service up there. Inside of this app, the weather app, not only has this change to say my location and the place you are at right there, you would now, when it's nighttime, you're going to see the moon and its current phase. So you can even see what moon it's going to be right here. It's a waxing crescent, so you're basically not going to see it. So yeah, you can just see what moon is going to be out, and it's just really nice that we have a moon right there. Inside the Translate app, you can now switch the language, which just makes this a lot more convenient, and it's just a lot nicer that you now have a switch button. Yeah, those are the best features of iOS 17. Now, if you like a full in-depth video with every single little bit of change, I'll leave Brandon Butch's video up there so you can watch it. Now, it might not be there right away, but if this video's out, Brandon Butch's video should be out, so try looking for Brandon Butch's video if you want to see every single little detail that has changed inside of iOS 17. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!